Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We had a good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things. That's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Farke In Road, Season 6, Episode 14 of the Ought to Know Better podcast. And yes, we were leaving it late to start tonight, just like Mr. Farke likes to leave it very late to react. So we just thought we thought we'd get in on the act and just see how it feels. And I'll tell you something, watching you lot wait felt fucking amazing. We were actually waiting on Jay to climb onto his chair. So the reason we are late. But yeah, good evening.
That's not true, is it, mate? But you know, you were last one in bloody room, so piss off.
Good evening, Jay. How are you? By the sounds of it, not very well.
I'm all right. I've had a crappy day, but don't you know, I'm all right.
Yeah, good. See, you've had some blonde flushes put in your hair.
No, mate, it's just how it is. It's a bit grey.
It's been grey. Bit grey in the mouth.
Looks lovely. And Gilly sporting a lovely 25-day-old moustache.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. It's awful, innit?
I don't mind a moustache. I think they're quite trendy at the minute. And if I could pull one, I mean, I'm not going to try and pull one off. But if I
over his shoulder,
the two little girls are listening. Yeah, no. If I could, I do try and do Movember most years, but this year I've had a year off. I've had a break. I've been far too busy, as Michael's quite rightly pointed out. I've been a bit of a pod dodger of late, but they're for good reason. And yeah, been really, really busy. As I said, my kids are listening. There's one of them crawled into the bedroom, and she's down by my feet.
Come and sabotage.
I didn't even realise. How are you doing?
I was just saying that there's this one as well, Steve Brown. I think that there's two records. So StreamYard's made a change, and I think there's two recordings. There's a full screen one and there's a mobile screen one. So if you try and have a look for the other one, if you're on a mobile one, it's all squashed up. Try and have a look for the other one, and you should find a full screen one.
It's a bit weird. It's a new thing.
It's a new thing, yeah. So let me actually just try and move myself so it looks like I'm in the center of both, because that probably will be helpful.
7.
She's counting in background.
Yeah, she's doing 6, 7, 6, 7. Yeah. So Gilly, but you well other than that, mate? Everything all right?
Yeah. You know, life as it is. It's right. You crack on, don't you? But yeah, you know, I'm right looking forward to Man City. I couldn't even keep a straight face while saying that. Stop. I just couldn't do it.
Stop. We will come on to that. There's plenty of time. We're here for a good hour or so tonight, so we will come on to that. Oh, by the way, I think this is my first appearance. Did anybody see me on Sky?
Yes, I did see you on Sky.
Good.
You were looking. I must say, you were looking very trim.
I've lost a bit of timber. I'm putting it down to stress, but it's probably it's probably a better reason than that. But yeah, now busy time of year. It's that time of year as well. I think when the seasons change and it's dark early, I think everyone goes through it a little bit, don't they? I think
it's horrible.
You know, who likes to get out of bed in the morning when it's dark and then get home when it's dark? There's no daylight. You know what I mean? It's just fucking crap, isn't it?
It's not for me. It's not for me.
Rest in peace, the Happy Clappers Brigade. I think we might surprise you somewhat tonight, Sly, because I think there is still going to be at least one of us that has an air of, or even a thread of positivity, even though things aren't going too well. But we'll come on to it. So let's start with you two. I think it was you two did B&C, wasn't it?
I think it was. I know I was there.
Yeah, I were there. I don't think I've missed a pod for the last 5 or 6. I filled in for you. I filled in for Smarty.
Because Jay came and joined on because you wanted to rant. I think,
that's right. And Carl. Yeah, that's why we're confused. Yeah, Carl were on with it as well. That's right. Yeah.
I don't suppose there's really. I mean, it'd be nice for me to hear because I will be honest, I've not listened to a pod back for a couple of weeks now. I've not been on them myself, so it's worth just revisiting really quickly and gathering a quick summary of your thoughts from the game. I suppose is fair, Jay. We'll start with you if that's all right. Summarise for me. Come on, give me it.
Not good first half. Looked positive. Looked like we'd turned up, ready to play, and like we were going to go at them and try and win the game. We looked like we'd actually set up to try and win a game for a change. And then second half, everything that were good just went. They were just gone. All the momentum were gone. And then the subs were wrong. They were at the usual time. And it just turned from awesome to shite in the space of, 40 minutes.
I think awesome is a bit of a stretch. I mean, we started well. I don't think...
we were winning and we were on top. Do you know what I mean? It was just nice to see.
We were on top. We could have been 2-0 up, couldn't we, realistically, at one stage? And for me, I think that's probably where my positivity stems from, or the gram or ounce of positivity that I still hold on to. That's probably where that comes from. It is in most of the games this season, irrespective of opposition, we have looked like we have been at the very least competitive. We probably should have got a better result. And I'm not naive here when I say this. I understand and appreciate that it's a results-based business and that we should be picking up points in games that we're not. But ultimately, we have looked over the course of the 90 minutes, in most games, I would argue, probably competitive, if not the better side. I mean, you can probably take out Brighton, Forest, and Arsenal from those all season for me. They're probably the only three I think that we haven't looked at the very least competitive, or if not the best side. And I think even at the weekend, a Villa, but there is a big but, and I'm not gonna sort of defend Mr. Farke too much. There is a reason why we're not holding on to these leads at Forest against Villa, and that unfortunately does come down to a mixture of things for me, and it's personnel. Firstly, and the quality of personnel that we've got available. You look at the subs that Notts Forest were bringing on, and Villa, and the money that they spent on these players, but also the way Daniel Farke manages. I could see at 55, 57 minutes, Okafor looked absolutely fucked. He looked knackered. Yeah. There was other players that were struggling, and they were on top of us. They were all over us. That for me is the trigger point to make a change. Not let's just try and hold on for a 1-goal lead and see it through with the squad that we've got. I completely agree, Liam. I think Farke was to blame for Brighton and for Forest. I do agree. But I'm also sort of going to probably put the blame a little bit more on Daniel Farke over the course of the season because of what I've seen recently. And there is a reason why we're not holding out for results, and other teams seem to be able to find it too easy to come back at us. The goals that we're conceding. I mean, the second one, I don't think Perry's getting enough stick for it, if I'm honest with you, because I think that is awful. Joe Rodon could have jumped higher, yes, but that is a 2 steps to his left type of save. He's not even going to dive for that.
It doesn't look good.
I think on that he has had a fair amount of stick, and I think, because we talked about it, and I was saying I think that's a little bit unfair, and I get where you're coming from, and I think Rodon's point is a fair point. When the ball's so close in, if somebody hits it hard and gets the dip on it, then they're pretty much going to score if it's on the wall side. Because the way that the keeper's setting it up is he's got to trust his wall, because if he doesn't trust his wall and it goes in top corner on his side, because he's too close to the wall because he's not trusting it, then he's going to get criticised for that as well. So he's got to be positioning on that. And to be able to get the ball up and down over wall in the way that he did, I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the player that's taking it as well. That's it's quite an incredible skill to be able to do it. And I didn't think Morgan Rogers played well at all, to be honest. He's got himself 2 goals. I didn't think his all-round play, definitely in the first half. I thought he was really poor in the first half. But the changes that were made influenced the game enough to get him into the game, and he's come away with scoring 2 goals. And I think that free kick's a really, really well taken free kick. And I've got some sympathies for Perry on the principle that I think they are coached to go, do you know what? If you all set up well, leave it to it. And I think if you're having that, what is it, draft excluded, whatever it is behind the wall, they've got to jump properly. And I don't think Rodon did. Now, I love Rodon. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's been really good for us. But you've got to jump as a unit. That's another thing that you coach to do. Another thing that you coach to do is once you've scored, keep it tight. Don't give it away. We almost conceded just after we'd scored. And just after half time, make sure you don't give anything. And we've conceded within 3 minutes, and it completely changes the complexity of the game. And it's that naivety that's a frustration.
Steve Brown mentioned about the goalkeeper that in the analysis. Joe Hart said it was impossible to save that free kick. The ball dropped 3 feet. I'm not having that. I think it was well hit, but there's not a lot of power on it. I'll be honest with you. It seems to take an age to go up and over. If he takes a couple of steps to his left, I think he could save that. I think a Brazilian international goalkeeper should be making that save, and the money that we've paid for him, the fact that if Melier doesn't make that save, he's hung out to dry by the fan base. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely telling you now.
We'll talk about that later.
If that, yeah. So yeah, I think I'm probably being overly critical because I don't think we deserve to lose that game. In all, and but that's too much of a similar story over the course of the season for me so far. There's too many games where we didn't deserve to lose, or we deserve more than a point, and ultimately, this league is that unforgiving. The games that you drop in these, in games that we have been competitive, if we'd have picked up I think we probably should be realistically, if we had managed to see games out, or if games. I'm going to sound stupid, but if games were played on momentum and control of the game and everything, we probably would be up in the top half of the table, realistically.
Upper to mid-table.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a stretch.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm exaggerating there, but the problem we have got is there is something going wrong, and I've seen somebody just mention it in the comments here, so I'm going to bring it up. Sly's mentioned that is there a fitness issue? Are we too unfit? Are we not made to go for 90 minutes? Some players are naturally fit and they'll naturally do that. But but again, if they're not fit enough, that's on Farke and his team. A professional footballer earning 100 grand a week should be able to run for 90 minutes. Should be able to run for 90 minutes and play.
And that's got nothing to do with whether you got the players you want or not. Fitness is a basic thing.
What do you two make of that? Do you think the fitness has looked a bit off?
Yeah.
I think it has. I think there's a potential that the conditions have got something to say about it. I brought it up on the B&C, and if you remember back to what Sunday League pitches are like, they play on a carpet in comparison, but the conditions were difficult. But they were difficult for both sides, and Villa looked like they were fresher than we did in the second half. And I think that there's definitely an aspect of it. I do.
Slides also followed up by saying on the Japanese latest training videos, they seem to have Tanaka running non-stop the whole time. So that's obviously another.
I think he's one of those that you're saying about wouldn't be one that would run out of fitness, though. I think
I agree.
The type of player that he is, the type of fitness that he's got, and the mentality he's got, I think he's probably one of those that wouldn't, because there's a level of professionalism in the footballer as well, because. Albeit overall, if the squad isn't fit enough, that's on the coaching team. But these guys have worked and played and worked and played, and this is their life, their life's passion, their life's work. They won't do anything that's more important than this to them. You can talk about how much they earn compared to nurses and doctors and all of the other arguments that take place, but as an individual, you don't get to that level without that competitive streak in you and without being the person that's a winner, because otherwise somebody else takes your place in that squad when you're turning 15, 16, somebody else takes your place. You have to be in that mindset to be, it's mine, I'm going to earn that shirt and I'm not going to let it go. So the professionalism level that you've got to have, even to be, I say even like it's a bad thing, anybody being a professional footballer is in the top 1% of the entire sport, especially in this country where it's so competitive down the leagues. So there's a level of professionalism that's needed there as well, and you almost think, so are they being given bad advice? It's not even that they're not fit enough, but they're being given bad advice to not do certain things and not go to gym or whatever else. I don't know what it is, but there is an aspect that you can see before 60 minutes that looks like we're running out of steam, and it's so noticeable to us because we still remember Bielsa when there was no possibility that we'd run out of steam. So it's chalk and cheese at that point, isn't it?
Let's talk about Daniel Farke then. Let's talk about him because obviously there's rumours already kicking about that I've seen somewhere, but it's basically they've been down the chippy and somebody said Daniel Farke has been sacked type rumours. I don't see anybody of any substance reporting it. Where do you two sit on this Farke situation? Because do you think we get a better tune out of these players by another manager? That's how you get.
Go on, Jay. You go.
I feel like I'd take any tune right now because all I'm hearing right now is a piano that's not been tuned in about 60 years. That's what watching Leeds is like.
But you've just agreed, Jay, with me that in most games we've been competitive, if not the better side, in the majority of games this season. Now that's not down to our playing staff because we're so inferior to the rest of this league in terms of quality, in numbers and in depth. We are inferior. We probably are a 17th place team. There's probably only realistically Burnley that have probably got a worse squad than us this season. So Wolves have got a better squad than us this year.
Yeah. So I agree on paper that we have been competitive in the majority of the games. It's just, for me, it's the nature of the last 3 games. It's just the way that we've looked in those games. It's the way that we've played, the tactics, I've said it a couple of times now, probably on the pod already, but against Forest, when we had them pinned back in their box and we were all over them, and there's Leeds players everywhere all around, and we somehow played it all the way back to the keeper from there. And then the keeper just booted it long to a Forest player. And then we were under attack from having them pinned in their box. For me, that's tactical. And this over-reliance on going backwards, while I get being cautious and not committing too much because you'll get punished if you leave any kind of gap or space in the Premier League. Totally get that. But it's so overcautious. It's when we're on top, we're still going backwards. We're not making it count. We're not pressing onto teams and putting their backs against the wall. We're not making pressure count, and that's the biggest problem for me. And it's then gone from there where we have looked competitive to a couple of games in a row looked garbage, and it just seems like a downward spiral.
You're saying we don't make pressure count. Daniel Farke is not responsible for putting the ball in the net.
He's responsible for making sure enough chances are created with the personnel he's got that the ball does get put in the net.
And we are creating more chances than most teams we play this season.
But if we're not scoring, we're not creating enough.
I think there's an aspect there of, and I can see where both of you are coming from. I think it's apocryphal. I don't think it's true. But Napoleon's quoted as saying, I'd rather have lucky generals than good ones, because that's how you win battles. And he was always criticised, actually, for winning battles by being lucky. It's like, well, yeah, but I won. And the fact is, we're not getting lucky, and we are creating more chances. We're having more passes in the opposition's box. We're having more passes in the opposition's half, certainly at home, but on average overall. We are able to do that against most sides. It were absolutely abject against Brighton. I thought it sounds mad because we got absolutely thumped in the end, but I didn't think we were that bad against Arsenal. They were absolutely clinical. I think it were 5 shots on goal. They scored all 5. How often does that happen in a game?
From a dive as well, wasn't it? And one was from a free kick. Yeah.
So how often does that happen in a game that all 5 shots on target go in? It's incredible to do that and be so clinical. Be that as it may, whether we're being honest, we can look at Fulham, you can look at Bournemouth, you can look at Spurs. Those games in which I think we all agree that by rights we should have taken more than we did from them, and we didn't. And I think that when you get right down to it, when you can see things like, they've equalised, Villa equalised at 48th minute, and we still didn't make changes until far too late, and we were 2-1 down. Those things that we can see, that's where the frustration starts creeping in.
I agree.
And those are things he can change.
And one of the worst things, the fan approaching him, if you start to lose the fans,
No, I completely agree.
Toast,
I completely agree. I don't disagree. I'm not on here to sort of advocate for reasons that we should keep hold of Daniel Farke. I'm honestly just trying to divide opinion and understand why people have jumped so far when actually in realism, if we do take a little bit of a step back and look at it from eye level, that actually who would have thought that would have been competitive against Spurs and probably it's a bit more difficult for Jay to be at eye level, but if we'd have been yeah, brilliant.
I mean, I've always been quite verbose, but yeah, okay. Quoting Napoleon might be a bit. I mean, I've quoted Shakespeare before. That was very early on, but anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think if we take a step back and look at it at eye level, if you look at it from a, I mean, we're Leeds fans. So when I went to London the other week and I met fans from all different clubs, they were saying how unlucky we were. Spurs fans said we should have beaten them comfortably at our place. And it's when I started having these conversations, I thought, do you know what? We're not playing that bad. But as you both rightly pointed out there a moment ago, the things that are frustrating are the things that he's got control over. Substitutions when we're looking knackered, things like that. Could it have prevented the second goal? You know, it's difficult and it's easy in hindsight to when we've lost a game to say if he'd made changes, we wouldn't have lost that game. We might have lost that game 4 or 5-1 if he'd have made changes, Ellie. We just don't know, and it's very easy. But if we weren't here to talk about that, we probably wouldn't bother having a platform to talk about football. So I completely get it. I'm still very much on the fence with Daniel Farke. I was very much Farke In up until very recently, probably until after Forest, realistically. He sort of started getting me a bit more back on his side with the performance this weekend, and then we obviously threw the lead away as well. So I'm still on the fence. I just don't know, and it's not our job, my job. It's not any of our jobs to identify suitable replacements and who could come in and who could get a better tune out of these players. And unless we do change it, we won't know, and it might be too late. So I get all those arguments. I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. You know, people are going to say, "Well, you're fucking fucking, you happy clapping bastard," and all this bollocks. But they can. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm trying to look at it from a central perspective, I suppose, and try and understand as to why we've jumped so far when actually it was getting defended quite heavily. I mean, there's always been some people who said, "I told you it was shit when we didn't get promoted versus fucking Southampton in the first season." And we're going to get those people creeping out the woodworks now and saying, "I told you fucking 2 years ago."
Should have gone when he was schooled by Russell Martin.
Yeah, all that bollocks. But for me, Daniel Farke, I really don't know. I think he's been let down recruitment-wise. I know he's been given 100 million quid. But he openly said that we needed some more attack. We didn't look attacking, and that's come to light now. That's obvious that we don't have the attacking threat. But ultimately, it's his job. It's his job to get results out of football games, and if he doesn't, then he's on the chopping board for me. So I won't be sad if we do sack him. I won't be overly sad, but I also will be anxious as to who we replace him with, and I think that's the real importance now. Unless he pulls out some mad results over he gets a chance, Farke, over these next 3 or whatever it is, to pull some crazy results out, which I can't see and nobody can see. But if he was to go beat all fucking 3 teams, we'd be lauding him, wouldn't we? So football is a fickle business. But where do you both stand as of today? Farke in or Farke out?
I think it's got to be out for me at this point. Just, it's the little things as well. It's not just the stuff I said about the way the games went. It's the piss off. It's the things like when you're looking at the Gibbs White goal and the positioning of the defenders there. We did the same thing in the Villa game in the second half, and it was just lucky that the runner didn't get the ball passed to him. And you just can't be that naive defensively at this level. I don't see what else we can really do other than change the manager.
No, and there's no option to change the players.
Exactly.
At this stage. I mean, you can rotate and put different players in and things like that. Maybe a new manager would try different things and different players. But yeah, the only other solution is to change the manager at this stage of the season. What happens if we change the manager and we're worse?
We go down.
Then we're fucked.
It's always a possibility, isn't it? Someone on Twitter's put, imagine the scenes, Farke sacked, replacement comes in, starts Aronson first game, fan meltdown.
But
that's exactly what will happen.
But we're in the bottom three. So on balance of probability, even if they improve us to a level that on balance of probability, we're going to go down now. So they have to come in and be better than those around us, as well as just be better than we have been. So it's a challenge. But just to continue with the quotes, Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I think
E equals MC squared.
But that's what Farke's doing. We're starting the same team and hoping that things change. That's what it feels like. And on the B&C, we went back to the Rutter-Pirot dynamic, and the entire fan base calling out for Rutter to be played in the 10 because in the 9 it just wasn't working. And that ended up getting enforced. And somebody else came in I can't remember who it was, but somebody else came in at 9. It might have been, was it Paddy? I can't remember. Somebody else came in at 9 because one of them.
Definitely won't be Theo Joseph.
Pirot got injured, didn't he? So Rutter dropped back into the 10 and Paddy played up front. And then Paddy got dropped and Pirot were available. Pirot came back in, started scoring goals, but Rutter was maintained in the 10, even though Farke had gone, I know forwards, I was a striker, I know what I'm doing. and he'd had this thing in his head that I'm going to make this decision. In fact, this decision's already made. And despite any further information I get about it not working, that's the decision I've made and I'm going to stick by it. Now, that's a principled person, fine, but you live and you die by your decisions. And if you're unwilling to change, then you're the thing that has to change. And I feel like he's had now a bit of an opportunity to change things. I think Jay's right. The Morgan Gibbs White goal was frustrating as hell because he'd been stood on his own in 30 yards of space for 20 minutes before he scored that goal. The goal that we conceded, where I can't remember, it begins with the Marlon that came on for Villa. That goal that we conceded from the side of the box, being in that position where midfield has got across. It were Ampadu again, because it were Ampadu again. I rate Ampadu as a player. I like him as an individual. I like him as our club captain. I'm not being overly critical here, but he's got across. He's seen the danger. He's got across, and positionally he's been set up, which says that he's being coached to go and fill in that position. But he's not done it effectively. We've not stopped the cross coming in, and we've conceded that same goal again from that bit of play in that corner. And if you're making the same mistakes, you've got to change something, and it's not changing. So, to me, I think I will always feel positively about Farke, Fire Beast, and promotion, and 2 great seasons in the Championship. Let's be fair. It was, the end of one. Yeah, disappointing not to get up automatically in the first attempt, and then we saw Rutter sold, we saw Somerville sold, we saw Gray go, and had we been promoted, we probably wouldn't have, and we'd probably be in a different position now. But that's gone. It was still a positive season, and then it was a brilliant season the following season when we all got to go celebrate the promotion in a way that we'd not been able to do. 100 points and, the bus parade and everything else. I'll always feel positive about him, and I'll never celebrate someone losing their job. I don't want to see that happen, but no one person's bigger than the club, and it's not working at the moment, and it's too big a gamble to stay with, I think. I think he's gone already. It's just a matter of time, and I think it would be awful to try to put somebody into a position, right, okay, you've got Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool, go do something to a new man coming in.
But if they're effectively free hits, would it not be the time now to... Because if Farke goes and gets results in those 3 games, they're not going to sack him. So would now...
Maybe the miracle happens, and you know what? That'll be fair, and he saves himself his job. But, if he goes and gets 4 points from those games, I don't think he does get sacked. But I don't think we do. But your problem is, if you knew... I get where you're coming from, but if your new man comes in and we get tonked 8-0, then what?
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
You don't want to wait around on the wrong side.
We'll move on. I think we've probably your Farke out-ish, more-ish, and Jay's Farke out, and I'm still completely on the fence just because Well, for the reasons I gave earlier, without repeating myself. Do you know, just out of interest, would you like to have a guess how many big chances each team created at the weekend? Have you probably already looked at this on BNC and I missed it?
If we did, I don't remember it because we don't do stats that much, do we? We're not stats nonsense.
No, we don't. But I've just been looking over them actually, just because I was interested, and I don't really like XG, but I'll tell you that as well.
But with that good in the first half, though, it wouldn't be surprising to me that we created more. It's just that we didn't take them.
Big chances created. Jay, do you want to have a guess?
4.
And how many for Villa?
2.
Gilly?
I think that's probably about right. At least the difference between them, maybe a bit. Yeah, probably about right.
3-1. So we created 3 times as many chances as big chances. I'm not sure how they're measured, but big chances compared to their 1.
Fair enough.
This is probably why I'm still on the fence, because when you're playing a team of quality that can bring Donald Marlon on and Jadon Sancho off the bench. Who was the other lad?
I mean, how much has been spent on those players?
Ian Martson. You know, there's some real quality that they've got. We haven't got that quality. We've got Willie Nonto's come on, who looks like he hasn't kicked a ball for 3 months because he hasn't. We've got Dan James come on, who did fair to play to him, look really, really lively against some probably tiring legs, but his game state's got to be taken into account there as well. So, it's chalk and cheese in it, and I think that's probably what's just keeping me on that fence. I think more than anything is that we're outplaying these teams, and from our perspective, because we're looking at it from a negative perspective, we're not looking at it like we probably a neutral would. If a neutral watched that game at the weekend, they would say Leeds were robbed, probably, because we had three times as many big chances, and that's probably what's keeping me on side slightly. It's not just about the stats, those slides. It's actually watching the game, mate. And I think if we weren't Leeds fans, and as I just said, we were watching that game, we would probably be thinking very, very different about that performance. I think the fact that we've gone from a winning position to a losing position and lost the game at home. There's a lot of sentiment and a lot of emotion involved in it. You know what I mean?
Don't call us emotional. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Anyway,
just while you've got the stats in front of you, Luke, because we didn't get into this. I did a lot of moaning about the referee. Have you got the fouls and the cards stats in front of you?
I have. Yeah, there was 18 free kicks they had. We had 16. We had 5 yellow cards to their 1.
Yeah,
that alone is outrageous. There weren't any worse either.
Bearing in mind, we made 26 tackles, so we made 6 more tackles than them, but they got 2 more free kicks as well.
It's fucking bullshit, wasn't it? The guy was useless, man. I were going insane. We should have had a free kick right before they got a free kick that led to a goal.
They scored from. Yeah,
and it was yet another shit decision. They need investigating these guys. There's no comeback for them.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably stretching to put it on the referee. You know, Calvert-Lewin hits that with his cock, it goes in as well. You know, with 2 it's a different result.
No, we're not blaming him for the loss. I don't think it was the game management.
I disagree. I don't think it potentially was. I think subs could have been made a little bit earlier, but even still, over the course of 90 minutes, we were still the better side according to everything. Apart from even the eyes, I would say I still felt we were the better team. We probably started the best at the first half. They had a half-hour spell or so in the second half where they were probably dominated us, when probably subs could have been made, and then we dominated again when we did make subs, probably for the last 15 or so.
We'll still have the momentum graph. It's here.
Yeah.
So, you know, there were periods where they were on top, long period in the second half, and that's where we were saying, actually, we can see that changes need to be made, and I guess that's the frustration. We make changes, albeit they're then looking after a win. So, you know, they're happy for us to have a lot of the ball towards the end of the game when they're looking after a win. But, it is that frustration. I'll not go over it again because I'm just going to piss myself off again.
Let's move on to a few comments then really quickly. Sly says Bernardinho won us the free kick that led to our lone goal. I'm going to touch upon this because I thought Brendanino. I think he's getting some real unnecessary stick. He's not been our best performer this season, but he's been far from the worst as well, and he's just a very easy target, a scapegoat, if you like, for the fan base. I think. I thought he played relatively well at the weekend. I don't know what I know your thoughts, Gilly, but Jed, would you agree?
Average.
Yeah, I bet he's not. But the problem is we've got Jay is everybody's targeting. If you read more than a lot of comments and a lot of the slate that goes out, specifically player wise, they're targeting him, and I don't get it. I think he's been one of our all season. In fact, I don't think he's been one of our worst performers.
I think it's the only position on the entire pitch, apart from arguably striker, that you cannot argue that he's keeping a better player out of the side.
He's not keeping him out of the side, though, is he? Dan James has been injured a lot until recently.
Not until recently, but now he's fit.
And yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I think one of the frustrating things that got repeated a lot as well is that he'd scored in midweek and he was coming off the back of a really good performance. So that was a potential opportunity to use somebody that carries momentum into a game when actually the rest of the squad are not, because anybody that's not gone on an international, their last 2 games were for us and we were really poor in them.
Yeah, fair. Farke is reactive with subs rather than proactive. I think this is really, really fair. I think that is a really fair evaluation of Daniel Farke's substitutions. And I don't even necessarily think he's that reactive. I just think he is so set in his ways that he doesn't make substitutions before a certain time unless there's an injury. In the Championship, it was 65 minutes, I think. In the Premier League, it seems to be nearer 70, which is mad given the games are far more intense. Yes, there's less games over the course of the season, but I agree with that, Tom. We had another from Shej 2718. He says Leeds still have some decent players on the bench. That's the issue. I agree. We have got decent players on the bench. We haven't got the quality that Villa and Forest and Brighton and teams like that have got. With the simple fact for me is we are not at that level yet. We are not an established Premier League side. You know, we're not playing in Europe. We haven't got the money to throw at players like we couldn't just go and buy Brighton's best player for 40-odd million quid or whatever it was in Rutter and just tempt him to come to us, because when as much as we love Leeds and we love our history and how proud we are, the realism is football's money driven these days, and financially when we're not even close to any of those clubs.
True, absolutely true. I think part of the concern I've got, you've got the sides that have got all of the ESL sides that got all the Champions League money, and I've had for a long time, and they've got massive stadiums that enable them to pile more and more money in, and that's only going to get more prevalent the more we move away from PSR and into the new legislation, all of that sort of stuff. And then you've got clubs like Bournemouth, like Brentford, like Brighton that are really, really well run. And that's what we're going up against and trying to break into. Because other than that, all you're doing is you're looking at your West Ham, your Wolves, that have recently, they've been poorly run. And that's what you're trying to, and Scum, obviously, that have been really poorly run.
Brilliantly run.
That's what but that's the waters that we're swimming in, isn't it? That's the, the aiming point is 16th, 17th. Yeah. That's your aiming point, is to try to be better than the worst clubs in the league. And even if you get beyond that, you actually Villa's another one of those that's in with Brighton, Bournemouth, and so on. Well-run clubs, and if you want to get beyond 16th, that's what you've got to break into.
But even those poorly run clubs at the minute have got players like Jared Bowen playing for them, and you know what I mean. They've got these
because they've had the money.
Yeah. And that I think we have to sometimes just take a step back and be a little bit realistic, don't we?
Absolutely.
And I think I think again that sort of not contradicts, but actually complements the reason I'm almost not quite Farke out yet, because he's getting a lot out of. I'm not going to say shit because we're not a shit squad, but he's got we seem to have the cohesion. The team morale seems to be relatively high. Even when they're getting beat, there's no, people kicking off and walking off, and there's a lot of positives that probably aren't that obvious. As I think it's probably what I'm trying to say.
It's only obvious when that goes. isn't it?
Yeah.
Richard
makes a great point. When a not issue shows just how far we're off it financially. Chelsea signed him on loan from, and he didn't even originally make their European squad. So they signed a player on loan that wasn't even in their first 20 odd players. Do you know what I mean? It's
mental.
That's where we are, and he would have been an absolute shoo-in to be starting for us week in, week out, without a doubt. So
it'd have made a difference for us.
It would, and unfortunately, that's where we are as a club.
Scooby's just catching Jammy up in the comments.
Jammy will be getting excited.
It'll be rewinding.
Question for the group then. I know I'm conscious of time, lads. We've been talking for 40 minutes, but it's good chat. It's good chat. We haven't got a lot to say on the city, I don't suppose. So, what does Calvert-Lewin bring to the squad? Now, I like him. I like Calvert-Lewin. His goal scoring isn't the best, but I think it brings a lot to us as an outball when he's playing. You look at Metch's first touch at the weekend, and you look at Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin always seems to bring somebody into play, always with his back to goal. Metch, completely different type of striker. He's pacey, he's strong, but that in short. What?
He hits the deck too much.
He does a lot, yeah. But Calvert-Lewin, that is what Calvert-Lewin brings to me in a nutshell.
I'd agree. I think I don't think it's too far to say that he's almost unparalleled in the air as a striker in the Premier League. There are some very, very good strikers in the Premier League, and he's right up there with them. He doesn't have the all-round game because Haaland's brilliant in the air, but he's got fucking loads of goals, and Calvert-Lewin does not. But we don't sign him on a free if he's got the goals and the ability in the air and whatever else. And I think, there's a lot of parallels with Patrick Bamford. Bamford wasn't the prolific striker we all wanted him to be. And, a lot of that were down to injury and not having Bielsa anymore and whatever else. He scored 16 and 17 in consecutive seasons. And then it were off the boil and he wasn't the same player. Calvert-Lewin's a very similar player in regard to his prowess in front of goal. And I think I tweeted a couple of games having seen him and said, you know what, I hold my hands up. I had it all wrong. I thought he was a bit of a flouncer. He'd come in and he'd kind of just shuffle around and wear his skirts and whatever else. And he's an athlete. He puts himself about. He dominates people. He's brilliant in the air. He's fantastic at reading the flight of the ball. And he does bring other people into play. We've got to get people in and around him. Again, one of the frustrations is we had an opportunity to try something different because we were at home and we expected to have more of the ball. So can we play Metcher and DCL together? Can we bring Pirot into the side alongside one of them? Can we do something different and carry more of a threat? Because that threat's not, we're not going to get into the Arrington debate because we've done it to death. But he doesn't carry the threat on the ball that we're looking for. So carry a threat differently. Put somebody up front alongside us. We've talked about Pirot.
Lots of calls for that, Gilly. I've just seen that in the comments, and I don't think that's a bad shout. And again, that comes down to management, doesn't it? Try it before it's too late. Not when we're chasing a goal in the 85th minute. Don't sling him on then. Try it from the start. Why not go? Stop showing these fuckers respect.
Yeah, and we're playing that free midfield, and I get that. I absolutely get that. And I'm not being critical of the way the midfielders have played. And I think the setup in midfield has allowed us to be a strong unit in there. But we're not getting the points. We're not carrying enough threat. We're creating chances. We're not finishing them. So find a way to get an extra attacker up top alongside your DCL or Metcher.
Yeah. With someone running off him there, we could just have chance after chance with that guy. You can fire balls at him all day long and he'll bring them down out of the air, Yeah. And somebody who's a finisher, like you say, it's going to just create chance after chance. And
Pirot will do that. You've got to find a way to not have Pirot doing the defensive side of the work because you don't get that. We can all talk about the Norwich playoff game. That's the one time he's ever done it. So it's not his natural game. I don't know what it was. maybe he'd just got some before the game, or maybe he'd not had any for days. One or the other, so something like that. But that's not his normal game, and you don't get that from him. So get him alongside someone that can do that work and find a way to make that happen, whether that's free at the back, whether that's playing two in midfield and just coping with it slightly differently. Set the fullbacks up slightly differently, so you're not getting as much width from them, but you've still got two attacking midfielders, or in Okafor, an out-and-out winger, and you've got two attackers now in the box. Try something different if what you're trying isn't working. I think that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree.
It goes back to the conversation around Daniel Farke and not being that, Cool. Let's move on. James Howe says, can see the pod dogger is back. That's a very different thing.
I think he probably meant that.
Is that you being on with Joe and with on Sky and you just,
I hope he meant
around a bit.
Otherwise I might be in a bit of trouble. Skippy then says, we have known since Pablo left that we need a quality creative 10. Yes, agreed. Why didn't Farke push the 49ers to bring in a 10 early in the window? I think if all reports are to be believed, I think 10 was one of our prime areas, and we went after so many. Yeah, we went for Buendia, Buenanotte, Harry Wilson. We went for loads, didn't we? Even the lad who went to Sunderland in the end, I forget his name. Sadiki, is it?
Sadiki.
Yeah. Like he made it clear last season. How much more can you do? Last season he made it really plain he wanted a 10. At the end of the season, before we'd even guarantee promotion, he said, what we really need is a 10. Because we were all on here going, I'm gobsmacked. We're in top 2 and he's talking about needing a signing. How much more can he do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think you're right here, whoever said that, Sly. They were trying to fix the still broken spine. I think there was clear and obvious areas. Obviously, Firpo leaving meant we needed a pro quality left back, and it almost feels like there wasn't enough time when there should have been plenty of time to bring in the quality that we needed. And 10 should have been one of the first names for me.
That's where Underwood comes under fire, isn't it? Because
absolutely,
it's his job, and
absolutely.
But that's why it sticks in the craw a little bit when the leadership of the club comes out and says, "Yeah, we think B+ A- in the transfer window," and you're like, "I'm not sure about that. Is the proof in the pudding in the eating at the end of the season? Judging it now, don't know."
I mean, it is very early to judge. We're not. I mean, what are we?
That would start the season, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So Bart Barlow says pretty much exactly that. Farke has his shortcomings, but if he goes, Underwood and Evans should be very close to following the summer. We have PSR limits, but they could have sold better if they were more experienced and skilled. Not only could they have sold better, though, Mark, I think they probably could have signed better and probably not spent as much money on Bar now and James Justin at just under 10 million. Perry looks
I don't think he's done it wrong.
No, he hasn't done anything wrong.
He's coming to be a squad player, and that's exactly what he is. But if he's a squad player and you've got Sam Byram that can be a squad player, and you're confident that Goodmanson and Bogle are your starting players, well, it's more important.
Somebody on loan to be a squad player.
Yeah, but if there's 11 million there at the right at the death of the window, then that means you've got over 20 million with the James Justin money and that additional money that we tried spending at the end of the window. That means you've got 20+ million to go and try and sign an attacker, 10, whatever.
Yeah. No, I agree. Jamie, good evening. Good to see you, Luke. Thank you very much. And Tom Gatlin, we'll ask this one question and we'll move on because we've hardly done fuck all and we're nearly 50 minutes in. Morning, gents. If you could bring in 2 past players to this squad since 2000, who would they be? Rafinha would be one, I'm sure, for all of us. And then it would be some of the early 2000s. For me, it would probably be... I mean...
Do we need to get countdown music out?
Who would... it would probably be a striker for me, and I'm unsure as to. I mean, there's only really.
I'm torn between 2. I think we're all saying Raf, aren't we? I mean, how could you not say Raf when he's in for genuine going for the Ballon d'Or, having just left us? But for me, it's between 2. I'm going Viduka if it's up front, or I'm really, really torn between Viduka and Boyer.
Yeah,
Boyer was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was thinking Viduka or possibly Oli Decor. He was so good.
Yeah, I just think we're quite strong in midfield, and we need goals. And
Boyer from
Boyer were everything.
And he could play anyway. He could play any of the three. He could play 10 left wing or right wing. He would play anyway, wouldn't he? That would probably certainly Rafinha, and then I would agree with either Viduka or Boyer for me. I would, that's it. That's final. I'm going for them three, between those three.
Good question.
Lots of calls for Viduka, calls for Milner just for longevity, I suppose, as well as how good he was. Clive Nigel Martin, great shout. Great. I was thinking about this one, and had he not left the way he did, he's probably technically the best player we've ever had. It's certainly in my lifetime.
I knew you were going to pull it up when I saw it there, and I didn't want to acknowledge it. It makes me feel dirty.
I know it does me as well, but there's no denying what he would bring to this squad, and look what he did aside, and he'll never be forgiven. That rightly so. He'll never be forgiven, but
yes.
What he would add to this team and the class and how good he was. Liam, you're probably about 10 years out, mate, with your Bowen and Cantona. He said since 2000.
And you spelled both wrong.
Cantona, yeah. Paul agreed with us. Right then, let's move on to my favourite part of the week. It's all changed. I can't see all the things are right little.
Let me get the readers.
I've got it. Don't worry.
You got it.
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
So we've got 3 this week. We have got 3. And we're going to start with this one, Jake. I think, did you pop this one in earlier?
I did. Are you wanting me to read them? Or?
Yeah, if you can read that.
Start looking at me. I'm not sure that Melier still isn't the best GK at the club. Yes, his mistakes were horrendous, and obviously there is no going back now. But you wonder if Farke handled him better last season, he could have got his confidence back. Instead, Farke made him unsellable too. That's Paul Moran.
I hope you're not watching, Paul. But yeah. Next one, Gilly. I don't know if you could just take this one away from me. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I'll have to move you onto my big screen so I can see it because I'm old.
That's what I was doing then. I couldn't read that properly. That's why I'm like,
Oh yeah, Leeds have tweeted out next up Manchester City and they've got next match as part of the pre-match build-up, and a Leeds fan has fixed it for next annihilation instead of next match, which is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next annihilation.
And then the last but not least, Jay, if you can take that one away from me, please.
Sure. It's your mate Jack. He says Lampard is in course, I think he means on course, to get 108 points with Coventry, but apparently Farke couldn't be criticised because he finished on 100 points with the best team, the second best team the Championship has ever seen. The best was the one he failed to get promoted a year earlier.
I mean, on course to get 108 points. It's fucking November.
I know. And he's already declared that this guy's going to win all the matches.
Also, is he forgetting QPR and Reading and the teams that have actually played in the Championship? This guy must have actually just been born in 2020. I'm sure.
The best ever Championship teams, the Wolves team that had half of the Portuguese side in it just because of super agents.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. What's the word when it contradicts itself? What's that called? There's a word for it.
Contradiction?
No. It's a word. It's
Calvin Klein.
There's a word for it. It's when you say one thing and it's completely the wrong thing. But anyway, I can't think of word. My thesaurus isn't working tonight. So yeah, shit.
I'm letting you down.
Yeah.
Dichotomy.
No, anyway, forget it. It's live. The shit take of the week is now live, and we'll come back and revisit that at the end. Oxymoron, that's the word. Thank you, Mr. Whitesnake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's an oxymoron. It is an oxymoron, but it's all one word. It's not two.
No, it was Chris Moron.
It was Chris Moron. We've got Clem Fandango saying bring Tony Curry back. I'm not sure he was post 2000s, but
I want post 80s.
I know.
I think you left in 70s.
Carlos Cantana, it's a great shout. Radebe is very tempting, as is Mateo and Boya. Yeah, look, he's had some great defenders, actually, didn't we, when you think about it? I mean, even the scum bastard who went to the scum, he was a great defender.
He was very good, yeah.
But I'd rather have... Yeah, forget about that. I'm not getting into it. Because cool. Let's move on then and have a bit of a chat about Man City coming up. Or let's not. Let's just sit here and sigh for 30 seconds or a minute. Shall we just have a minute's silence for Leeds at the weekend?
Well, it's not a shit take then to call it an annihilation. Is that what we're saying? They are currently losing at home to Leverkusen.
They have put out. Have you seen what they've got on their bench though tonight? Have you seen their bench? Their best bench. Their bench has got their starting 11 basically, pretty much.
Let's have a look. Bench is Bettinelli, Haaland, Cherki, Doku, Donnarumma, Foden, Guardiola, Silva, Nunes, O'Reilly, and Diaz. So that's who's starting against us then.
They're all getting some rest, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I'm glad those lads will be ready to go. Well, we're all like running about like we've got concrete boots on again after 50 minutes.
Jesus.
My mate Dave, who stands behind me in the wedge, he said, I don't know why he said this, but it was funny. He said, Okafor looks like he's running carrying a lasagna.
I do like that. It's like Raheem Sterling used to run like a little T-Rex, didn't he?
That's it, yeah. That's it. With flappy arms.
That came up on last main pod. I don't know if you ever seen them, but there's an account that blanks out the player, but leave the full silhouette of the player.
Yeah,
and it was Raheem Sterling, and you could see his ass.
Yeah, brilliant. Anybody expecting any air of positivity to come out of the week? I mean, it'd be a miracle, wouldn't it? But miracles do happen. We look back at that season when we beat them 2-1 and
10 men.
At their place, 10 men, Stuart Dallas, that famous goal. I cannot see it for the life of me. In fact, I'm going to look at the odds now, and if whoever gets it closest, I will put £1 bet on it and give the money to charity if it comes in. I mean,
you say that, but I were dreading that game as well. So that's another.
Especially when you lose a match, especially when you get someone sent off as well, like against them. Do you know?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. Jay, are you expecting any differentials this weekend?
I'm expecting an annihilation, most likely, and I'll be there.
In fact, I'll put £2 on it because it's that should give you an indication of what the betting odds are.
8-1 for Leeds.
Away from home, 8-1. I've just said I'll put £2 on it to give you an indication of what the betting odds might be. So it's something to 2, Jay.
That didn't 17. Give that away at all. That was just.
I didn't get that from that.
It won't be that much.
I thought you were just saying it was good odds.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? 17-2, and you're saying 8-1.
Now, I said 8-1. Yeah.
Actually, it's 19-2, so Jay's closer. After all that, £2 has gone on Leeds now, Jay. Name the charity of your choice, please, if it comes in.
Oh God!
£21 going to charity of your choice.
So is that 1-4 on City then?
It is 2-9. Yeah, just short.
Okay,
you can give it to Yorkshire Cat Rescue.
Yorkshire Cat Rescue. That if we win this weekend,
is that where they keep Jay away from them?
Yeah, it's like I'm in a cage. The cats just walk past. Oh, let me touch him.
I need a pussy to stroke.
Come here, you fairy buggers.
Is this all just to not talk about Man City?
Yeah, we're just
pretty much.
We're just deflecting it now away from. I think we're all going a little bit nuts. I genuinely think, that the Premier League record could be broken this weekend.
Oh
no, it can't be that bad. Surely
9-0, 9-0, and it's been done 2 or 3 times. I think.
Surely
Saints have had it twice, haven't they?
Saints have had it
Ipswich
twice.
have had it.
And Ipswich have had it once, I think. I don't.
Oxford. No, not Oxford. Oldham. Did Oldham get it when they were in the Premier League?
No, I don't think so.
I think it is only 3 times, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you Ipswich. I just remembered that Saints had it twice.
Ipswich was by Scum, wasn't it?
Were Oldham in the Premier League? Have I imagined that?
No, they were the first ever one.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, Swindon and Town were as well, believe it or not.
Yeah. Okay, now that's a
Barnsley
thing in itself.
Barnsley were in there.
Come on, Barnsley.
Is that the Undateables quote?
Yeah. I fear for us this weekend because I think morale will be low.
Bournemouth. Liverpool taunts Bournemouth 9-0.
Oh, yeah, that was recently.
Oh, okay.
2022. Nice. I pulled it up. I didn't know. I didn't remember. You were right about Scum doing Southampton 9-0. Leicester did Southampton 9-0 at Southampton.
Yeah, they did. And I think Scum did Ipswich 9-0 as well.
I'm just looking for that one.
That's right. It was Scum.
Did I not say that one already? Oh, no. Ipswich. They did Saints. I can't see the Ipswich one.
I'm pretty sure Scum did Ipswich.
Ipswich definitely lost 9-0.
Yeah,
were it in a cup maybe though?
No, I'm pretty sure it was in the Prem.
Top league.
Right, I just can't see it.
I'll let you continue the researching. But I think I do fear for us this weekend because City, look, when they're playing well, aren't they? And they can score a lot of goals. I think
I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 1995.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
so why is it not in the? So the highest scoring games have got the other 9-0s in, but that one doesn't feature. Isn't that weird? But it's top on the biggest winning margin. So yeah, it is those 4. Scum did Ipswich in 95. Leicester did Saints in 2019. Scum did Saints in 2021, and Liverpool did Bournemouth in 2022. Newcastle did Sheff Wednesday 8-0 in 1999. And the only reason I mentioned that is, have you seen that Sheff Wednesdays? There's been offers in for them, and one of the consortia that have put an offer in have asked if they could merge with Sheff United.
They have, yeah. Brilliant.
The people just don't know the game, do they? They just don't.
No, not at all.
It's just insane. It's a second tier podcast that tweeted.
I'm just glad it's not us.
You'd think it's possibly reliable. So they've had 5 offers, another 2 expected. One group asked if they could be merged with Sheffield United.
It's just incredible, isn't it?
Would they have like blue and red stripes?
Just glad it's not us.
Do we
stripes? It'd be horrendous.
Do we take anything less than sort of 6-0 as a result this weekend? Realistically, honestly, I'm being perfectly honest here.
Jay wouldn't take a defeat at all. I asked him at B&C because we needed something to talk about.
I'll never accept defeat.
I would genuinely say that this weekend is keeping. In fact, the next couple of weekends, next midweek, because Chelsea are playing really well as well, aren't they, in a minute? So I think the next 2 games it is about keeping the goal difference as low as we possibly can. And it sounds defeatist.
We are in that position now.
It sounds defeatist, but that's where we are. And
I think it's realistic. Yeah.
No, you're right.
I'll ask pointed out that the rule book says if you don't turn up for a fixture, you automatically lose 3-0. Can't we just do that?
We should do that. In all the games that we don't think we can win, we should just do that.
Hello?
Who knows? In a game of football, what can happen?
Yeah. You hope, don't you? You just hope for some freak outcome.
And it would getting 3 points from any of the next 3 games. It would be an incredible.
Liverpool doesn't. I mean,
but if we're only going to be getting 3 points, that means we've already been beat by Man City and Chelsea in the run up to it.
Yeah.
And they've got some incredible individuals, even if they're not playing well as a team. They've got match winners in their squad, and it's going to have. Slot might be up against it as well. It might be that he's not long for that job if he doesn't turn things around in a considerable way quite quickly. But stranger things have happened. But I think we're just in that position where if
it'll be nice to watch the game. It'd be nice to watch the game and just think, I actually don't care what happens here as long as we don't lose more than 5 or 6-0. You know, if you're expecting that, then there's not a lot worse things that can happen at the weekend. You know what I mean?
I can tell you right now, Luke, that I'm going to be stood there at about 3:30, watching that first half, and I'm going to turn around to fucking Linz or Goz or whoever's fucking stood next to me. I'm going to be like, waited all season to get a fucking away ticket.
Are you going, are you?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking
Finally got an away ticket, and it's this one.
hell.
So I can't fucking wait, mate.
Surely it's just,
I went to the 7-0, so this will be even more special.
Surely that's almost as bad as self-harming.
It pretty much is. It pretty much is.
What
just
it is,
mental level of self-harm.
Or Andy's Man Club afterwards.
Yeah. Blimey. I don't envy you, mate. I'll be honest this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself is what I'm saying.
I'll try my best.
Do you want to take a cut? I mean, I know we don't do the league anymore, but shall we have a couple of predictions on scores just in case?
Oh, well, you and I are going to have to do it for finalists anyway, aren't we?
Yes. I don't do mine, actually. I don't ever do mine.
Do you not do predictions?
No.
I predicted 2-1 Villa.
Did you?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm afraid so. Our average prediction was 1-1, but I went 2-1 them.
Unbelievable.
I don't tend to do those. Go on then, Jay. What score are you going with?
God. I think more than likely it's going to be 3-0 City. And we're going to be really impressed that we kept them out for half the game.
Wow. You're mad.
No, it's probably going to be 5-0 City. I just can't face it.
Imagine knowing that and then still wasting money and time and travelling to Manchester. Imagine
That's what we're doing, it.
That's the madness of being a football fan, though, isn't it?
You just never know, though, do you? What a day it'd be if it somehow went the other way.
Yeah, I mean, it would be brilliant, but Jay, there's a very little chance. In fact, there's a 19-2 chance of that happening.
I'm expecting nothing. So,
in fact, I would say it is more than. I mean, if I was a bookie, I would probably give you odds of around about 30 or 40 to 1.
That's why you're not a bookie
for a win.
You won't last long.
Leeds to win.
Yeah, not for any result that's not a defeat.
Yeah, no. I think, anyway, we've just got to hope that Erling has a day off or goes easy on us, or something
like Jermaine for Preston. He's just not trying.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. So for me, I'm gonna say 5-0. I don't see a scoring. I mean, actually, forget that. I'm going to go 5-1.
I think we'll box a goal, but I think we get beat 7-1.
It might be an own goal.
Ireland. Scores 3 up other end, but gets 1
finally scores for Leeds United.
Minimum bet of £100, Dodo. That's my rules.
You're going to be paying out a lot if it happens, though.
No, if they win, it just disappears.
Yeah.
It's unregulated.
It'd be £4,100 payout. That would, but I'd be £100 up, so there'd be no payout.
Gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, let's move on then. Actually, let's just ask: do we think Farke makes any changes for the game at the weekend? If Farke's even in charge, by the rumours that Dave from the Chippy said he's been sacked, so he might not. He might be.
I have been keeping an eye on it to see if anybody genuine tweets anything, and I've not seen anything.
And the fact is, if it was official, there would be somebody reporting that they're going to speak to the club.
Yeah,
or
Graham would have done it, wouldn't he?
Somebody would have done it by now.
It'd have been out by now.
It's come from Sandra and Dave asking for a bag of scraps down at Chippy. Let's move on then. There's not a lot more to do, I don't think, is there? What do we do? It's been that long.
There's a bit of content that we do, and we've got.
Of course there is. We'll play that. But let me play that since it's got your lovely voice on it.
Have you ever wanted to wear your questionable football opinions? Now you can. OKB has teamed up with Back4 to make some merch. Start small with an embroidered patch. Stick it anywhere. No, not there. Then there's t-shirts, multiple designs, colours, sizes, all guaranteed to make your mate say, "You paid money for that." Mugs. No, not Jane Carl. Actual mugs. For your brew, for your tears, for both. Hoodies, same deal. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. Ideal for pretending you're fine after getting battered off an ESL team. And snapbacks, because nothing says midlife crisis like flat-brimmed confidence. Or no better merch, available now at the Back 4 shop. Go on, treat yourself. Or don't, you'll regret it later.
So there, yeah, go out and spend your money, but make sure you use our link, which is on our Twitter page, because if you don't, we don't get paid. We don't get paid a lot anyway, to be fair, but if we don't use that, then we don't get paid at all. So I'll put that in the... Jay, can you get that, or somebody get that and put it in the comments as well? Actually, sorry, not in the comments, in the...
Just stick it on Twitter.
Yeah, but not everybody follows
YouTube description.
Some people don't use... I haven't used Twitter for the last fucking... since we've been proper shit. So, yeah,
we'll put it in video description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Just saying something that's just blown my mind slightly. We said about that Sheffield United thing and about Sheffield Wednesday, so wanting to merge them. The 44 have posted Sheffield United's American owners made an inquiry in the sale of rivals Sheffield Wednesday. It's believed they wanted to explore a merger between the two clubs. Sheffield United's owners.
So that's not non-football people wanting to get involved and just seeing an opportunity. That's an actual...
That's their owners.
Rivals owner. Wow.
Hang on. We could make a super club. Let's just get everything together. That would worry the shit out of me as a fan of that club, that they don't understand the club one little bit. That's Jesus Christ. That's bad shit, That's why people don't want American owners, because they don't understand.
Please do get your votes in for this shit take of the week, by the way, if you haven't already, because it's very close, and we're gonna call it in the next couple of minutes. It is very, very close. All three of them are very close. So get your votes in very, very quickly, because I'm about to close it in the next minute or two.
You want to wrap it up, sunshine?
Yes, Mark. Some online rumours have saying Farke have gone, but completely unconfirmed. So wherever those rumours started, that's the joke about Sandra down at the Chippy, I think. It could be anybody. I could start a rumour on there and people would probably believe it to a degree. That Jay's actually 5'7" and not 5'4". I mean...
It's one of those, if you go on there and talk absolute shit, people might read that and go, well, that's absolute shit. And they'll repeat to somebody else and say, but it was absolute shit. And somebody else will go, so-and-so told me. I mean, he said it was shit, but he said this. And then the next time that message lands somewhere else, somebody goes, so-and-so's just said that Farke has been sacked.
Yeah.
And they'll lose the bit of, and it's complete horse shit. It's completely unfounded. And then it just unravels from there, doesn't it?
Did we just completely skip over whether we'd make any changes? What happened there?
We did, yeah.
You asked Jay. Jay gave you an answer, and then you asked about scorelines.
Sorry. Dan James for me comes in. I think that's probably realistically the only change I would make. I don't think he will make it, though.
I make another change at centre-back.
Would you? Be all back in?
Yeah.
Me too.
I think... Ireland's so strong. I mean, I know he's quick as well, and Biol's not quick, but neither is Strike, so I don't think you lose anything there between either of them. But yeah, I think City out aside. I mean, watch them go and presses like nobody's business now, but they're not a side that's going to go and do the high intense press for 90 minutes. So I think. That he might make a change at centre back. I think the real interesting thing is with Stack unavailable, will he want to change anything at centre back when he's enforced a midfield change? So obviously there will be a change there because of the ruling around concussion. So Stack's not available. So presumably, unless you guys think different, presumably Tanaka just slots straight in there.
Unless he puts Gruev in because he's more defensive.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Yeah, you are right. He might do that, but yeah, I think it'll be. Yeah, I think it'll be Tanaka, and it might be a bit of a welcome change because although I think Stack's had some criticism, Tanaka's got a bit more legs about him, gets about the pitch a little bit better, and I think we might need that because I think we're going to be doing a lot of running this weekend.
Yeah.
It is White Rose. It is damage limitation. That is, and it sounds, as I said before, it sounds defeatist, but it's realist as well. Come on now.
Got to play DJ though, surely, in case you get a break. He's his only hope, really.
Especially if DCL starts. Because we need to get somebody in and around him, don't we? We can't play two up front. You know, we talked about two up front. The only way you can do that is at home when we're expected to have more of the ball, not against Man City. So you have to have somebody, one that can read the flick on, two that's quick enough, and really is the one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd start Dan James.
This is how social media works, Dodo. In a nutshell, it is full of divs. On Farke going, some div on Wacko made a comment for engagement. The divs on Twitter picked it up, and I reposting the clueless divs who can't see it's all for satire for engagement. Divs everywhere.
That's what it's looked like all night.
Yeah, it's just that is just what we're like. Right, I can't close it. It's a draw. I need some people to vote, please, because I'm not closing it out on that. I'm not closing it.
Do we need to go vote?
Sounds like it.
I can't vote. I'm going to do it. I'm going to end the vote. There's going to have to be a draw. I think it's the first time it's ever happened, this, by the way.
It is the first time, yeah? Oh, no, there's two this time because Jay didn't do his job and we only had three.
You can get fucked, mate. I didn't want to
Actually, there is a winner by 1%, which I'm not sure how they've done that because we only had an even amount of votes.
Don't question it. Just go with it.
I'm pretty sure it's even. It's 35.5%, two draws. 35.5% and 35.5%, and 29% for Melier being the best goalkeeper at LUFC. Lampard on course draws with the fans giving up annihilation. So worthy drawers, winners, both losers really. If you get nominated for that, you're a loser. I think that's all from me this week. It's been good to be back. Good to see everybody, even in dark times. Not just the weather and the month that we're in and the season, but actually being a Leeds fan isn't that easy at the moment, is it? We're going through a tough patch. Be nice to see some positives come out the next two, certainly for me. But by that, I don't necessarily mean. Yeah, we'll do that bit. I haven't forgotten. Can you do that though? Can you get it up? Because I don't know where it is. I'm not necessarily saying a result out of the next two. I just want to see some fight and from something that's going to take us on to the rest of the season over tough Christmas period we got coming up as well. We struggle. We struggle over Christmas notoriously. So strap on in, folks. We're in for a tough ride, is what I'll say.
There's going to be some fucking miserable Christmases around Leeds. Where it's going, I tell you what.
Don't believe everything you read on fucking line. For another thing, take a break from it if you need to, because it is a nice welcome break when you don't read divs on Twitter and divs on thing as well. But yes, we have got to close out the show. Our usual part that we do for Andy's Man Club. Gilly, take it away.
Kind of two bits this time because just a reminder that Gail and I, my partner and I, are both running the Abbey Dash at the end of the month next Sunday. In fact, this Sunday it is now, scarily enough, because I'm not fucking ready for it. So on Sunday we'll be running the Abbey Dash in Leeds on behalf of Andy's Man Club. And we've shared the donation links and so on. So please go and retweet if you can't donate, but if you've got anything that you can put towards it, please do so. And just the usual. So if you're going through a storm or recently been through one and you're a man over 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you. With venues in Horsforth, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and Morley, open 7pm to 9pm every Monday barring bank holidays. They also run weekly, monthly social events with the end to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of the venues and everything they're doing is at Andy's Man Club Leeds Facebook. So give them a follow and help spread the word. And just to show how important that is, I did put a post together that went onto LinkedIn that was about it. And just in there, why the cause matters. It's figured that 12.5% of men in England have a common mental health disorder. That's a massive number of people. If you think how many people that is. Men are about 3 times more likely to die by suicide compared to women. And the AMC charity now supports more than 5,000 men every week through free peer-to-peer groups, and the only way they can do that is through donations. So every little bit really does have an impact, and it is a really important thing. So if you can support, do all the likes and sharing and so on. But if you can put anything to that's greatly appreciated as well. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to echo that, we're not expecting, if you can't, when times are hard for everybody, we're not expecting you to dip your hands in your pockets by any stretch. But if you do see the odd post, whether it's from us or somebody else, just give it a like and a share. It costs you nothing. Yeah, and do give us a like and subscribe if you like listening to us moan about how many we're going to lose by the weekend. With that in mind, Jay's going to go well, I don't know why he's going, to be honest. He's going to Manchester at the weekend. I'd rather go to the fake markets and buy loads of fake gear than to the Etihad, I think. But do enjoy. We'll be back at some stage over the weekend for a B&C, maybe Monday, and then we'll obviously be back for a main pod same time next week on Tuesday. Thank you ever so much for all of you in the comments. Thank you to you two for being such friendly associates tonight. Now, usually whoever's host gets a bit of stick, and you made it so welcoming to come back. It's almost like I want to be here every week. Almost. And on that note, take it easy.
See you, pals.
Subscribe, and we'll see you all soon.
Later.
It's all the know better. We all the know much better than letting Carl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live, shit tick has been can't speak or even tell the time.
It's more toys out of the pram.
It's all the
If I see his mother in
we
the
all know
stands,
much better.
I'm
This
gonna
is
crack an egg
show for tonight. And if you like these weapons and you don't think they're balance, please go check out our merch site. Good night.
Little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.